You are listening to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss our RC adventures.
Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss the ups and downs of the new RC Flyer. Join your hosts, Michael and Jay, as they take flight at the park. Now on with the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. I'm Michael from Arizona, and with me always are my good friends,
Jay from the hills of Texas,
and Shannon G in Mesa AZ.
And welcome to our podcast. We are glad you're here. We do appreciate your listening and joining us today. If you would, please smash that like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. That helps our channel grow and gets us out. I will tell you that several people did that last time because we got several new members, so that we're always excited to have new listeners that arrive to our podcast. It's always kind of cool. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. And it's just kind of a podcast on RC stuff. We talk pretty much every bi-weekly or every other week, I guess, right? Is that bi-weekly? Yeah, bi-weekly. And we just kind of get, just kind of give us what we've been doing for the week or what the new stuff is. So first things first, I totally blew it this month. On the 12th of July was my friend Scott Berryman's birthday, and I was working and totally missed it. Actually, I was working and then I came home and I totally missed it. So he is a listener, and I would like to shout out everybody that was at Winter Warbirds and the Warbirds and Classics, got to meet him. And so he's out at the field flying. He called me today before this podcast, and he was asking me if I was at the field. I was like, no. He goes, well, I am. And he was having a good time out there. So happy birthday to Scott. And the fact that he's out flying while we're doing the podcast is even better. So we like that.
Here's your birthday song. It isn't very long.
That's right.
Birthday, Scott.
Here's your birthday song. That's awesome. Having said all that, he did ask me about the field, and we are in the process of getting our Ramada up, and it is about halfway there. So they got the one side up. They're doing the kitchen portion, I think, and then they'll do the west side of the Ramada. The good news is that provides shade now, even, because here in Arizona it's about 112. I think the other day it got to 114, so it was a little hot out there, and having shade to go out and fly definitely helps you and your planes and your batteries. So that was one of the things that Scott and I were talking about, is that he, said was flying some EDFs. He mentioned that his batteries were really super hot when they came out of the EDF, and he's been letting them cool off before he throws them on the charger. Having said that, Prime Days were just recently, and hopefully you got to take advantage of some of the Prime deals. There were a couple of HRB batteries that were 30% off. So, I took advantage of that and sent it out. And so hopefully you guys were able to kind of look up and find one for your own aircraft. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think just to let you guys know, I think eBay was running a kind of a special too. I think for like 20% off.
Who was that?
eBay.
Oh, eBay. Yeah, it's. I think they do it.
They were rocking a 20% off summertime.
Yeah, I think they do it around the same time as Prime Days, but yeah, it was. It's a summer sale, and we always keep a lookout for it. Mr. Turner always sends us stuff from North Carolina. He will always kind of say, "Hey, look, guys, here's a good deal." So we always appreciate him sending us. Good deals on the internet. We try to pass them along when we need to. Having said the Ramada update, Shannon, I think your Ramada's going to get started here shortly too, right?
Yeah, so we gotten our permits approved, and then we were waiting for our fabricator, contractor to get all the equipment and material, and they got that. So August 9th, they start putting ours up at our field, and they're supposed to be going to be working through that week into the weekend. So hopefully, middle of August, we should be, at least Ramada totally covered, and then we'll start putting the electrical back to the east side.
Oh yeah,
they tore all that out too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna, and we'll probably do a few little there's a few things that electrically we were going to want to improve anyway. So
Very nice.
we'll get that in. We got a couple guys that are pretty good electricians, and not me though.
Not you.
No, not me.
Come on, Sparky.
Well, I was the one that got the generator hooked up to the bunker for AEF. So
That's true.
so I at least got it all working there.
Yeah,
But,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, they have we have a jet rally that's coming pretty soon. It's November 21st through the 23rd. That's going to be at your field as well, and I think that's the first event we have. Actually, November, September, October. Actually, the first event we have is Best in the West. That's September 30th through October 6th. And it's a week long. We usually go out for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back on Sunday. That's usually a pretty big event for the Best in the West. It's the largest jet rally here in the West Coast. So I think they do Top Gun or something out in Florida. Then they do Kentucky Jets. And then Best in the West is here in California at a little place called Buttonwillow. And this year, I think we're headed out. So I definitely know that, Barry and I will probably, take the motorhome out again and kind of get hooked up with the guys. And then I think Scott wants to come out, and Shannon, I think, volunteered to come out this year as well. So that's September 30th through October 6th. And Jay, we need to get you to come out there too, even though you don't have a turbine.
Yeah, I've been, kind of hanging back since I haven't wanted to get a job to pay for such a thing.
To pay for a turbine?
I've kind of like the retired. Yeah, well, I've kind of like this retired life, and I know if I go, then you're going to suck me in. I just know how our relationship goes, and in order to afford that habit, I probably need to be working. So
yeah,
that's why I'm just kind of.
It's definitely it's definitely a pretty good investment initially. I'm sure that we could help you fly a couple of ours, but get a little L39 foam L39 and kind of similar to one Shannon has, and stick a turbine in that, and then you can just fly the little what we call the what do they call that? The happy hour jets. That's what Barry calls them, the happy hour jets. They're just the
what?
The happy hour jets? Happy hour jets. Yeah, they're not the big, they're foam. Who makes them? Global Jet Club. And so, they're
HST.
less expensive, and they're foam. You can kind of throw them in your car. I think when he sold his, he had over 400 flights or something on his. Pretty crazy. How you can fly it that many times, and then, just kind of throw it back in the back of your car, and, take it back home. So, but those are kind of fun jets. There's a couple of guys out there that have them, and it's fun to fly. You just kind of. I think Shannon has.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, Shannon has one that size too. It just has an EDF in it instead of a turbine.
Well, I did have it. It's no longer with us, but I'll have probably. Yeah, I'd let that one go. Because I'm gonna get a turbine, and I got the little one I'm putting together. So
yeah, that's true.
And I'm hoping to have the ME262, the twin 90. That should be done.
Oh, right.
So that's my goal, is to have that one. Yeah. And I think I can fly my P8 there, couldn't I? It's a pretty good size jet.
Yeah, it's pretty good size. I don't necessarily. I know when I took my my EDFs, it was they kind of let us fly in the morning time.
Yeah,
but the problem is the speed. Because you just can't keep up with those guys, and by the time you start a turn, somebody's doing 199.999 miles an hour. And
that's right.
It's
they
difficult.
Go over 2,000. 200.
Yeah. So, there's guys out there that are flying some pretty fast movers and big ones too. So, when we took my F-16, my A-10, and my L-39 one year, and we would just get up, sunrise, and we'd all run out there, and everybody would just throw their batteries in there and fly them until we're out of batteries. We just stick 5, 6 cells in my pocket, and every time I'd land, I just put a new one in there and take back off, because you're only flying for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So you put 5 or 6 batteries, you can fly for a good 12 minutes. But yeah, hopefully we were gonna, like I said, we're gonna get a couple guys out there. I think it'll be a really good event this year as well. It's always a good event. That summertime for us is really hot, but this is a good. This is kind of our next event going forward, is Best in the West. So we'll put that on the books, and then in November 21st through the 23rd, that's when the Jet Rally comes to Mesa, and that's the Mesa Jet Rally,
the Arizona Jet Rally. So it'll be the 36th annual, and this year James Lashmet is the CD, and I'm the co-CD, so I got a little bit of say with it. We're making some changes. We're kind of we had kind of the bigger turbine jet rule. We're opening it up to 90 millimeter or good size twin, 80, 70s,
Sure.
things we've been flying already, but just the 90, because most of the 90 size planes can keep up with, or we'll just do like gaggles and kind of just kind of manage it at the line. I think when we first enacted that a couple years ago, there was the person that was running it just didn't want to mess with trying to navigate between EDFs and turbines, and mayhem ensued. And I think most people that are that are going to come out, I hope, look, we got to play nice, and if somebody wants to be a jerk and get in the way, we're gonna have a talk. We're all adults here, and we're the I don't mind. No, and if you want to come out and be that guy, Jay, come be my guest.
Guido's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm the enforcer.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right. We need you.
We're gonna dress him up in a suit and give him a big old stick.
Our new flight line director is Jay Neely, and
that's
we
it.
do not want to cross him. So. But no, I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, it's just we've had a bit lower participation with the larger turbines the last couple of years. Like you know what, we've got such a nice field. We'll have the Ramada fixed.
Sure.
I think we're gonna be good with the 90s, and I'm happy with that. That's and the size wise, I think everything's gonna work out. So looking forward to it. I think we'll have a cool shirt, as we always do. My good friend Eddie will come up with those.
Actually, I think my Jet Rally shirt's sitting on the chair right here.
There you go.
From last time I was wearing it. Actually, believe it or not, last time that I had my little L39, I put the new motor. So if it's got the right motor in it, I can actually keep up with some of those turbines.
Yeah.
The smaller 80 millimeter turbines. Now I can't fly as long, and I'm full throttle trying to keep up with them. But I mean, we could fly together, and you really would never notice.
Right.
I flew with John Gearhart when he was flying his airplane, and I was chasing him around. But I got we got to laughing so hard that I wasn't watching my timer, and so next thing I know, I was out. Downwind, he was downwind, and he starts this turn, and I just went poof, and I was like, uh-oh. He's like, what? I go, I'm out of gas. And he's like, what? I go, well, it's a battery, so I'm out of juice, He's like, oh, because he still had like 4 or 5 minutes to fly around. I had been pushing that thing, and anyway, so I dead sticked it back in, did not make the runway, just kind of belly landed it on there. Well, actually, I threw the gear down, but I think it ripped one of the main gear out, but it got back on the ground, and the battery was smoking hot, and that 6 cell was screaming. Yeah. Holy smokes. I could barely touch it. It was so hot. So that one actually wound up. First time I think ever I had a HRB battery puff up, but it did get a little swollen. So, but that's the first time I think I'd flown it at full throttle like that. Normally I don't fly at full throttle.
Yeah.
But yeah, chasing him around in his little turbine. But I was able to keep up just slightly. I mean, he was a little faster in the straightaway, but not much. Just when we turned downwind, he was a little bit quicker. But when we turned upwind, he was a little bit quicker because he could cut into the wind a little bit better than I could.
Yeah.
But even at full throttle, mine slowed down. So But yeah, we're excited about the Jet Rally, and do you guys have a lot of the details yet, or still putting it together? Or?
We're still putting it together. Like I said,
Yeah.
we'll put out that we've amended the size difference here shortly. We got we got the sanction, so that's the good thing.
Okay.
Good. And this is James has been helping with events, and so it's his first one as a full CD. But he knows his stuff. He's a good guy. So
yeah,
he's well known in the turbine world.
Yep.
So he's well respected. So that helps a lot. And we had I want to thank John Mangino. He did it for a lot of years. Bob Ruff did it for a lot of years. George Kraling. We had a lot of great CDs over the years. And so just we're getting some new blood, which is definitely what we need to do for the hobby to keep it going.
Sure.
Get all the good guys come out like they used to. So
yeah, no doubt. But that I think the Jet
news
Rally is the last one. Who's that?
Are you going to get the news to come out again this time?
Well, okay. So we put out a news press release. I contact personally. I sent out an email to each individual channel. I do it to the newspapers. I do it for the radio, like KTAR, because they'll come out and do live stuff once in a while. So I put that out there, and it basically boils down to if they've got a crew free, there's not a, there's not a house fire, a freeway chase, things like that. If there's nothing going on, okay, we'll send out the news crew. We're like
half my neighborhood burning down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, we're not going to stage anything. So, just, there's a fire out here. No, we're not going to do that because we don't want that. That's bad press for us. So
yeah, no doubt.
Gotta be careful. But, we always push for that. We can't make them come out. We can't even pay them to come out. If we could pay them.
Right.
Well, and you guys owe me like $20 for all the new members I've been like bribing to join the thing here. So yeah, so just want to let you know.
Shannon's got his own little Park Flyer podcast slush fund over there. Yeah. He's gonna just submit that. We'll send it right into accounting. I'm sure the accountants guys will get right to that pile of paperwork. Probably stacked up with all the other stuff that I haven't never been reimbursed for. So I don't think there's anything in December, right? The Jet Rally would be the last one for the year, at least for us.
Yeah, I don't. We used to have an event in December, but I don't think anything's scheduled.
And I didn't see anything. Yeah, and right now, actually, this week is AMA Nationals. The Nats are going on right now in Muncie, Indiana. And I was reading some of the, they did the glider event, I think, and then the
pylon.
They did the pylon guys, and then they did the Scale Master guys. Then they did the glider event, and then today there's something else I think that's going on. Yeah. As we're recording this, there's something else that's going on. But I was reading a little bit about their event. And, it's always one of those things. I've always said I would go, but then I always get caught up during the summer and I never can get over there.
Yeah.
Well, it would be kind of cool.
There's a lot. I mean, it's like 3 weeks of events they have. It's crazy. Yeah. And I'd love to, if I could, just take 3 weeks and go there. So probably when I retire, which, will be after I've passed away. So,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'll be a ghost haunting.
He'll be haunting the Nats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. In January, we got Winter Warbirds. That's January 29th through February 2nd. That's here at our field at Sun Valley Flyers. That's something that Tony puts on every year. And last year was really good. It was big,
Oh yeah, no, we had a great time. We did a show there and everything. So
yeah, it was good, and a lot of Warbirds and a lot of guys from California, Arizona,
Colorado.
I say that Colorado. I say California twice, but yeah, California, Arizona, Colorado. A couple guys from Texas, I think, and Utah.
New Mexico. I think there's some Mexico
guys. Mexico, some guys from Mexico. Right. So yeah, they come all over. It is a great event. Hopefully, it won't be rainy or anything. January is kind of our rainy season. The tail end of it's starting to get into wintertime, so hopefully it won't be miserable. And then right after Winter Warbirds, February 6th through 8th, so put that on your calendar, Jay, 6th through the 8th, that is the Arizona Electric Festival.
AEF 2025.
Yeah, and this is going to be weird, right? Because you're not doing it this year either, right? Are you doing it this year?
No, I'm
Oh, are you?
the CD
Oh,
for
then I'm not
AEF.
coming.
Your CD for
yeah,
it? Okay.
yeah. I
Just checking.
pretty much, I am AEF.
Oh,
Just
yeah?
live it, breathe it, pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
You're the
I
guy.
don't know who's else.
Until once again you retire.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
No, I
funny.
mean, I think I had mentioned, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it anymore. But after, last year was so good. I think we had
Yeah, it was
a
good
great
last year.
year. And I was just like, I can still do this.
Yeah,
I'm going to
good.
keep going. So, because I think James is my co-CD. I think I conned him into that and I bribed him or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to try, this would be the 21st. So we went
Right.
the 20th last year. So it was a big deal. 21st. I'm going to try to get a few, like we didn't really have a combat, but I'm thinking more like, enough of the guys have a little Consendos, maybe we can have like a little pylon race with those or something, I don't want to do something destructive, but I want to do something with a plane people have, that they can, if enough guys have them, we have our gaggles and stuff, but I think, if we can do like a Consendo race or, it's just something simple like that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
There's and there are the the ultra, like the electric ultra sticks. They're basically, it's like a slow stick, copy. If enough guys have those.
Actually, I just had a brain idea. I don't know what you call it. Brainstorm idea.
There we go.
For the Consendo race. Yeah, I just brainstormed. The way to do that would be to get some of those big helium balloons, just the big one, and tie it to like a brick, and then put the bricks just on the center line, just run out there, and then you have these two balloons, and then you can fly the Consendos around the balloons. So it's kind of like a pylon race. So you don't have to put the big ones up, but you can, because they're small, right? And that way, if you hit the balloon or whatever, you don't crash your plane. You just kind of, bounce off of it. But just do two helium, fairly good size helium balloons, and they could sit up high enough just on a string. I mean, people could fly around the balloons. It'd still look kind of cool, and it's easy in, easy out.
Just run out there, drop it. Idea.
It just came to me.
Yeah. Hey,
brilliant
inspiration.
That
is. That's why you're paid the big bucks for this.
Yes,
podcast,
that is correct. That's why I'm the CEO.
That's why he's the lead host.
That's right.
The lead host, is that what they call me? The lead host. The lead host guy.
Hostess with the mostest.
That's it. The hostess with the mostest. But yeah, that would be kind of fun because you're right. A bunch of guys have the Consendos. They are fun to fly. They're super fast and
maybe if we can get I'll talk with the local hobby store. Have a couple on hand that if they if people want to buy them, it'd be ready to go right there. And
that's true.
Make a deal. Hey, if you don't have a Consendo, we'll give you a good deal right here at the field. Come on out. And,
that's true.
I'll tie that in with them. So
could do Superstition Hobbies or somebody, but they would have to have the 4-cell batteries to go with it. Cause
We'll say, I'll get with them and see if they can have them like a deal, like where it's ready to go. It's like, if you got your radio, there you go. So. Awesome. So we're really excited. And, I think, we had really good sponsorship last year. I don't see it changing much this year. And if anything, hopefully more. I know some of the vendors that weren't there will be coming back this year. I've seen ePower. They've been out and about. They're actually at Muncie this week. So, and then I think also there, the other big one back east right now is Jets over Kentucky. That's the other big one I want to go to someday. That makes our jet rally look like a fun fly on a Tuesday morning. So
that's a little bit bigger venue, though. I think.
Oh yeah, it is. But I think for what we do for our event, I still love our field. I think.
I love flying at your field. It's great. Yeah. It's very scenic, and it's kind of a one of a kind. So, but I like flying at Jay's field too because you're kind of like, it's pretty scenic as well. Yeah. And you're out in the middle of nowhere, so nobody's bothering you.
Well, I'm gonna have to come out there and fly sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to make a trip out there. It's kind of fun.
Yep. Hey, come on out.
Get out there and fly all of those airplanes that Jay has behind him.
Yep.
Except we'd have to have a build day where we could repair all of them and then go fly them.
That's nothing.
Oh yeah, well, we might have to do that, but that's half the fun.
It is.
That's it. When you get out there,
I'll bring my radio, just bind it up, right?
Yep. That's what we do. I don't know. I don't even bring my radio. I just fly Jay.
It works.
Hey, there's one more event that we're having at our field. I totally forgot about. Was the auction is in November. The first weekend in November is a big deal, and we used to have we have that every November. We had it in January at one point just because of COVID, and we could have it, but it's always November. And Matt Ventura, who runs my registration, he runs that event, and we get people from all over the valley and from other states sometimes that come in for it. So usually some good deals to be had, and I don't think I've ever made money, but I've made enough money to buy something that I really wanted.
Sure.
That's kind of kind of
sell stuff and then buy it. And that's the first week in November. First week.
Yeah, first week in November. First weekend of Saturday. Weekend. Yeah, it's always that same Saturday.
So. I don't know what day that is. Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah, it can't be
first week in November. July, August, September, October, November. So it would be the 2nd.
It'd be the 2nd, yeah. Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
So November 2nd.
Yep.
November 2nd is it a swap meet or just like a swap
It's an auction / swap meet. So you can buy a table where if you've got items. So basically, like if you want to auction something off, anything over $50 goes in the auction. If you're just selling a bunch of stuff, anything you can sell anything less than $50. So, we just don't want you, bringing a bunch of planes in to sell, whether that should be in the auction per se. But if you get a bunch of cheap little planes or parts, servos, batteries, whatever, there's lots of guys that'll just bring it, or they've just got stuff they just want to get rid of. So it works out pretty good.
And then so if you're putting your stuff in the auction, then are you donating to the club for the auction, or how's that work?
So there, it's I think it's either $5 or $7 to get a bidder number, and that's for a buyer or seller, and then it's 10% on whatever the sale is, and whoever's paying it, whether the buyer pays it, the seller pays it, that's up to them, but somebody's got to pay it.
Gotcha.
So it's a pretty good little moneymaker for the club,
right?
And, I don't think we're ripping
But you
anybody
could
off.
sell. So like if you brought an airplane, if I threw my L-39 turbine in there and they said we'll start the bid at such and such, you just get a percentage of that, and I get the money for selling it, right?
Right. Yeah. So you just get that, and then of course if you put your turbine in and you want a reserve on that, I'm pretty sure. If it doesn't hit the reserve, then we don't sell it, and it just and there's no commission, no nothing, just the bidder number. Or if you if you want to drop the reserve, if you're close, or just realize I can let it go for whatever, then that deal gets made. And also if you want to donate we have a lot of people that'll just donate planes to the auction, or planes, radios, engines, whatever, and just that money just goes straight to the club. A lot of people do that too, and then there's no commission on that because we're just getting the money. So it's a good deal.
Well, that's pretty cool. And it's first week in November. That's November 2nd. Yep. So I'll have to put that on my calendar to come out and check it out. Although I will leave my wallet at home because I have too many projects as it is.
Or bring some planes out and get
that's probably I'll probably bring airplanes out if I can. Yeah. That'd be the better thing to do.
We'll go pack up Jay. He can bring all those planes out here, and he can.
Yeah, that's true. He can pack me up first. I got a bunch of them in there that I haven't flown. I was just in the shop the other day, or in the garage, and was looking at some stuff. And there's one or two airplanes that I think the last person to fly them was Jay when he was here, 5 years ago. I've got several that I haven't flown in many, many years. Yep. So, and it's just I get a newer one, and then I keep those around, and then when Jay or somebody comes in, it gives somebody something to fly, and it's not right. I'm not so heartbroken if it has to go bye at some point. But some of the airplanes, I've been pretty good. It's like Jay was saying, the last turbine that went in, I haven't had something catastrophic like that in years.
Yeah,
7 or 8, 10 years maybe. Forever. It's been a long time. So. All right. Well, this was just a quick one to kind of go over some of the things that are coming up. Put it on your calendars. Give you a little Ramada update for our fields, and Jay, not too much flying for you. It's kind of hot for you as well out there in Texas. Unfortunately, it's summertime for us.
That it is.
And
my flying buddy's still under the weather, so
who has been?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Jim?
hopefully they feel better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He's doing better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our time is up, so we're going to go ahead and let you go. But once again, make sure you like and subscribe. You check out our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. Go to our Facebook listeners page and give us a comment.
Even if you give us a thumbs down, that's
thumbs
something,
down.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Give us thumbs down.
I don't want many of those.
You guys are terrible. No.
I'm waiting for like Statler and Waldorf,
Please
you
go
guys are
away.
the worst podcast.
Yeah.
We need those guys on here.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Two Muppet guys in the background there.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are terrible. Yep.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Well, it's kind of a labor of love. We enjoy doing it. And, just kind of you listening to us. We're kind of sitting around talking about what we do in the RC world. So that's kind of the best we can do. We don't, take on too much, but, we're always open for suggestions. So, well, I'm Michael here in Arizona.
I'm Jay from the hills of Texas.
And Shannon G in Mesa AZ.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Let's fly.
You have been listening to the Park Flyer Podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to your next visit. Please give our show a star rating and review, and feel free to email us your questions, topics, or suggestions to parkflyerpodcast@gmail.com.